of heart, make firm thy mind. The tongue of a man is the rudder of the boat, but the Lord of all is its pilot. Cast not thy heart after riches. There's no ignoring fate and destiny. Place not thy thoughts on things outside. Every man is destined for his hour.
All feeling goods where all of your cash went. Not chakra alignment or inward refinement. Trying to find one word to describe men. Better yet, can one consciousness unify them? Pondering on these questions is where my time spent. Creative process, believe me, greatness got to achieve it. Ideas we believe in, positive mind, gotta reach in it. Putting effort to bring forth this new being. You're not consumed by the lust for things, but knows that his worth is determined by words and deeds. Your mind is affected by words and deeds. Your thoughts are keys to what you're trying to see, and what you're trying to see should be to reach your goals. Hold on to your dreams. Keys open doors. Since you can't always choose circumstances, make sure to choose your thoughts wisely. Choose advancement. Move towards the future. Now's your chance, kid. Accept responsibility. Avoid resentment. Actions always take root from what you think about. Things ain't going your way. Ain't it hard to figure out why? Why? Ask why. Ain't gotta tell you. It's right in front of your eyes. So in following these principles, you'll find along the road you're the only one responsible for your soul. It's no coincidence. Take control of your life. No coincidence. It's no coincidence. You take control. No coincidence. It's no coincidence. Yeah, it's no coincidence. It's no coincidence. Nah, it's no coincidence.
Old shells are highly prized. And this one is occupied by a sarcastic fringe.
It was the most memorable time of my life. It was a touching moment. Because I never thought this day would ever happen. I won't have to worry about putting gas in my car. I won't have to worry about paying my mortgage. You know, if I help him, he's gonna help me.
How do you give you a phone?
You sign up if you on food stamps, you on Social Security, you got low income, you disability.
Why are you here?
To get some money.
What kind of money?
Obama money.
Where's it coming from?
Obama.
And where did Obama get it?
I don't know. His stash. I don't know. I don't know where he got it from. But he giving it to us to help us. We love him. That's why we voted for him.
I won't have to worry about putting gas in my car. I won't have to worry about paying my mortgage.
Did Obama pay for your mortgage? And did he pay for your gas?
Absolutely not. Mortgage got worse and prices got higher. During that time, we needed a change, but a change for the better, not for the worse. He had a very big voice, just like the Wizard of Oz. The wizard with this little teeny, tiny man. And I think it's the same thing with Obama, man behind the curtain. Not who we thought or expected him to be. I was Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz. That's how I feel. I was Dorothy. I started getting a little bit more educated about politics and reading more. What I learned is never trust the wizard. It's within ourselves to have the determination, the courage, and the brains to bring us to our destiny.
If you got a business, that you didn't build that. Somebody else made that happen.
Going into this night, where do we stand?
This is where we stood coming into the night. 268 to 204, so clearly an advantage for Secretary Clinton.
Take a look here. If Donald Trump wins tonight, no matter who they voted for, take a look at these numbers here. 21% say they'll be concerned. 37% say they'll be scared.
This is what both candidates want. They want to be living there starting January 20th of next year. Florida has been going back and forth, just changed again. It's only 11,000 vote lead just now. It changed.
Math on your feet. I like this.
The Empire State Building in New York City. Take a look at our running tally of the electoral vote. Anderson, this night is turning out to be a real nail-biter.
All along, the Trump campaign has been saying that Florida's a must-win for them. And I mean,
they can't win without it.
Donald Trump will carry the state of Florida.
You know, I'm guessing that the people in Brooklyn, I can see their fingers
That's
probably.
Hillary Clinton headquarters.
Yeah, fingers probably bleeding because there's no more nail to bite.
I wouldn't call anything encouraging for Hillary Clinton at the moment, to be honest with you, my friend.
Wolf, the scene here is so different than it was a few hours ago when people were happy and relaxed. I have been looking around the room at people who are stone-faced. Some of them have been crying.
This was a white lash against a changing country. It was a white lash against a black president.
This is the people rising up saying it's time to listen to us. It's time to listen to us in Michigan and Wisconsin and work for the people.
Hillary Clinton has called Donald Trump to concede the race.
Came outside to try to process all this.
Hillary will never take us to the promised land.
I mean,
come on, try getting it out. Try getting it out. Go ahead.
I can't even.
I mean, I don't know if you're going to put this on television, but you don't even know what you're talking about. Try getting it out. Go ahead.
I can't.
It's the fact that I say things that people agree with. Because I tell the truth.
I mean,
She was the worst Secretary of State in the history of our nation. Why would she be a good president?
I can't.
Come on, try getting it out.
I can't put it into words. I don't know what the words are.
The fake media tried to stop us from going to the White House, but I'm president and they're not.
It's a lot to process.
You're listening to breaking news, absolutely breaking the news, breaking the mainstream media in half with Harry, aka The Brave. What's up, people? It's Monday. We had an interesting weekend in the news. Personally, you know, this weekend took my granddaughter to see The Lion King. She loved it. Yeah, and I went and in the midst of regular people, I'm starting to think people recognize me because I get these weird looks. Some of them friendly, some of them those sharp eyes. But so what's up? What's up, New Haven? What's up, Facebook? What's up, Twitter? What's up, everybody out there? Let's see. So this week, Trump has been tweeting up a storm. I'm not going to read all his tweets, but I will touch on the one that he said about the Russian lawyer who Donald Trump Jr. Met with. That he said Donald Jr. was looking to get some opposition research, opposition info, right? Which is something I think every campaign does. They try to get opposition research on people, try to get, the skeletons they're hiding in their closet. Right. So what's interesting about that is this is nothing new, right? And I walked in through these doors today and they said, we got Trump. He admitted. I said, whoa, slow down. He admitted what? He admitted that Russian lawyer was supposed to give them information. Well, okay, but this isn't anything new. When Don Jr. went and testified in front of Congress, he showed everybody the email. He gave the email to the news. And that email actually, that that guy connected him with that lawyer, some European guy who connected him with the lawyer who said they would have some dirt on Hillary. That's it. Then she got there. There was no dirt. There was nothing on Hillary. But it's interesting. They're now bringing old news back just because the president tweeted something that has already been out there. He didn't tweet any new news. Don Jr. had released that email months ago. This isn't new news. They want you to think it is, and you know, some people, the mental midgets that they are, you know, they're grasping at straws. So they want anything that they could get. But, you know, so I love it. I love it because I see how weak they are. How weak they are mentally. You know, unable to think for themselves, but actually regurgitating what they were hearing in the week. Oh my God, we got Trump. And I slowed them down and I'm like, okay, wait. So did Trump say he colluded with that Russian? No. Does he say he didn't know about the meeting still? Oh yeah, he still says that. So wait, so what did he admit to? That Donald Jr. had a meeting? We know this already. That she was there to give dirt to him? We know this already. The question is, and I was watching CNN this morning. Remember, I watch MSNBC Morning Joe and CNN to see what those kooks are saying. Right? And they're saying, it was conspiracy to commit a crime. You can't make it up. Somebody sends you an email. They tell you, we got their... So like, oh yeah, sure, bring it over. Conspiracy to commit a crime. So every campaign that has ever tried to do opposition research on the other campaign, which Hillary had plenty on Obama, right? Hillary was the one who started birtherism. Hillary was the one who started all of this stuff, right? They're the first ones to leak a picture of Obama in Muslim garb in order to prejudice people against him. But it's besides the point, right? It's Hillary Clinton. The Clintons can do no wrong, so why am I what am I saying? It's an offense to people's ears to hear anything wrong about the Clintons. So anyway, so I'm like, okay, so he didn't admit to anything. But let's think about this a second. So let's do a compare and comparison. Donald Jr. gets an email from a friend saying that he could get him dirt on Hillary. Donald wants that dirt, so he says, sure, let's meet. Okay? Hillary Clinton hires a former British spy who gets his information from former KGB agents in Russia. Now think about this. Come on, be critical thinkers out there. Think about this. Donald Jr. accepts a meeting. Hillary Clinton pays. Between Hillary Clinton and the DNC, I think they paid between $9 and $12 million to the former spy, well, to Fusion GPS, who hires the former spy. Fusion GPS, who that lawyer that met with Donald Jr. is also connected to. Yes, that lawyer is connected to Fusion GPS, and Fusion GPS was connected to Bruce Orr because his wife worked for them and he was working at the Department of Justice. So this is all, you want to talk about conspiracy, right? You want to talk about people conspiring. Bruce Orr, his wife, that connection to Fusion GPS. The lawyer, that connection to Fusion GPS. Donald Jr. accepts a meeting. And they want to throw him in jail for what those guys did? for that conspiracy. But Hillary is the funder behind it. She's doing all the funding to that Fusion GPS, to that dossier, to that British spy who goes and gets his information from who? The Russians. You tell me who should be investigated. Right? But I know I bust a lot of people's bubbles. Once I went into that, they started getting upset. They're like, "What? You see, you just have a way of trying to defend Trump for everything." No, I'm not even defending Trump here. I'm actually looking at the facts. Unlike you, you're attacking Trump. You said you had him, that he admitted to something. All he did is confirm what his son had already said. But me, I'm not defending anyone. Let's look at the facts. That's what I want to do. I want to lay the facts out on the table on each side. Let's do a compare and comparison, side by side. And of course they go, no. We don't want to do that. Anyway, Hillary's not president. Let's forget about Hillary. Same thing they do with Obama, right? They'll go, Trump had kids in cages. So did Obama. Obama's not president anymore. Leave him alone. Like that guy who, you remember that white kid who did a video, leave Britney Spears alone. That's what people do with Obama. Oh, Trump is doing this. Well, Obama did that too. You see, and I'm not defending Trump, right? I'm just saying, let's do the compare and comparison. What? Obama did this too. Leave Obama alone. That's what happens. The hypocrites, and at times, I say hypocrites, but at times I just think they're dumb. They're not able to put two and two together. You know, their mind doesn't work quick enough to be hypocritical, I think. I think sometimes they're just dumb people. All right. Look, people, be critical thinkers. You have to be smarter than this. It's so easy, it seems to be so easy these days. It seems to be so easy these days to actually put something over on a Democrat. Just because, you connect their hate for Trump with fake news and they run with it. And it's fact. All right. We'll be right back. You're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news. Breaking the mainstream media in half with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.
That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem. That's gonna problem. It's gonna real problem. It's gonna real big problem. Even on my green jeans, minding my shit. The lights in the mirror, seatbelt ain't click. I'm innocent, my papers legit. And what's it gonna stop him from giving me shit? Come on! He's walking to my door, tapping on my glass, telling me his reasons for what he called fast. Doesn't matter, got no time to stress. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a big That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real. My green jeans, minding my shit. So the lights in the mirror, seatbelt ain't click. Come on. I'm innocent, my papers legit. But that wasn't gonna stop him from giving me shit. He's walking to my door, tapping on my glass, telling me his reasons for what he called fast. Doesn't matter, got no time to stress. Somebody be my witness. Frustrated, irritated while I'm sitting in court looking at the jury, feeling no support. My lawyer telling me to take plea. I can see the judge's eyes saying I should agree. But that's gonna be a problem.
That's gonna be a
real big problem.
Come on, that's gonna be a
problem. Hey. That's gonna be a real big problem. Left my girl home, now I'm rolling on my own. No shame that I pregame, secrets how to save. That's just how I do, and my friends do. But now I'm clubbing like a fool. Come on! Supermodel shaped like a Coke bottle. Killer smile like a style. All the fellas going wild. Let's connect. I can take what she expect. This is something I regret. From my pocket, she's a threat. Here she comes.
Hey, what's up?
What you think? Did she just wink? Stay focused. What's your name?
Buy me a drink.
That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem. Real big problem. Real big problem. Hey! Real big problem. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem.
WNHHLP.
Be a problem.
103.5 FM New Haven.
Big problem. Owe me money. Hot for me. Wanna ride? Broke food. Pay for dinner. Now you mad? Act sick. Fake people. That's gonna be a problem.
Hey, that's gonna be a
real big problem. That's gonna
I can tell you more.
Problem. That's gonna be a real big problem.
All right, you're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHHLP 103.5 FM. All right, before I go on, I want to give a shout-out to some new Facebook friends of mine. Tiffany Jackson and Shar Badger. Shout out to both of you, and shout out to Tom Ficklin. You know, Tom Ficklin, he has a show here, the Tom Ficklin Show. He asked me to get involved and comment on some of his posts, which is fine. His posts all lean left. Some of them lean crazy, right? So, but, you know, so I got involved in this post that he, you know, it's the story I did Friday about the black pastors who met with Trump, and, you know, they said that Trump has been a better president for the black community than President Barack Hussein Obama, right? Anyway, so you got a lot of people, you know, talking crazy, right? Saying racist things about the black pastors, and, you know, I guess it's okay, because I guess if you're black, you could call another black person whatever you want. Doesn't matter if it's derogatory, demeaning, and racist, right? So anyway, so I got into it with a couple of people there, and I keep it clean, right? But so they start talking about Trump being a Putin sympathizer and all of that stuff. So me being me, you know, I don't like to do the feelings thing. I don't like to do the feelings thing. I like to actually, let's deal with facts. Let's talk, right? So I post up the Obama telling Medvedev, after the election, I'll be more flexible, on a hot mic. Obama didn't know that his mic was still on. And he's telling the Russian president at the time to tell Putin that he will be more flexible after the election. Now, you have to keep in mind what happens after Obama's election, right? You have the intelligence community. In 2004, Nunez telling him the Russian bear is coming. You have the intelligence community warning him that Russia is trying to interfere with our elections, and Obama did zero. So if you want to look at a president who colluded, who knew what was happening, who knew the Russians were meddling and did zero, that was Barack Hussein Obama. Anyway, so I post that. And of course, that's not enough. So I also post the story of the Uranium One deal. People look up the Uranium One deal. The story I posted was from the National Review. The Obama administration's Uranium One scandal, right? And they end up giving Russia, yes, the Barack Hussein Obama administration with Hillary Clinton, end up giving Russia 20% of our uranium. Yes, the material that it takes to make nuclear weapons. Right? So I post that for them because, you know, you can't expect intelligent people to do their own homework anymore when it comes to politics and Trump and Barack Hussein Obama. They're like, leave Obama alone. Right? So of course, that's not enough. So I post the 2012 debate with Mitt Romney and Barack Hussein Obama, where Barack is saying Russia's not a threat anymore. This isn't the 1980s. Hey, Mitt, the 1980s called and they want their foreign policy back. You remember that? And all of the Democrats and the media, the elitists who think, yeah, Mitt, what are you talking about? Russia's not an enemy, a geopolitical enemy. Come on. Right? That was the mainstream media on Barack Hussein Obama's side. And Barack Hussein Obama was wrong. Right? Russia still. And keep in mind, Barack Hussein Obama said that when? After he had held Medvedev's leg and said, after the election, don't worry. So keep that in mind. Barack knew the Russians were coming. Barack was making deals, under the table deals, off mic deals with Medvedev and Putin. So anyway, I gave that to these wonderful people who were posting against me, like, you know, because they're telling me I have no facts when all they have is feelings. Right? So I'll read the last few posts in this little argument, right? Tiffany Jackson writes, folks are more obsessed with President Obama than the Putin sympathizer. Give it up. Obama is not the president. Leave Obama alone. Focus on the Trumps while they are yet free. I mean, if we want to begin posting videos of ignorant comments and actions said by presidents, past and present, well, now who has the time for that? True. You're going to find a lot that Trump said. But I will give you stuff that you don't even know that Obama said because you think he's Mr. Perfection. And that guy did more stuff than you can imagine. Just think about if you caught Trump on a hot mic telling Putin, after the election, don't worry about it. He'd be in cuffs right now. Right? So that was Tiffany Jackson. Then Char Badger. Harry Droz is clearly a hashtag 45. The people who write, who put hashtags and everything is kind of insane to me. But anyway, but whatever. Harry Droz is clearly a hashtag 45, hashtag cult, hashtag follower, hashtag brainwashed, hashtag bamboozled, and suffers along with his hashtag cult, hashtag leader. Look, I think you've lost your vocabulary somewhere. You need help. Hashtag leader, the untreated disease called hashtag whataboutism. The obsession with former hashtag POTUS Obama simply because, and this is why I read all these hashtags and stuff, just to get to this line. Because this is when you know, first off, Char Badger, this is when you know that a person has not only lost the argument, has lost all sense of intelligence, right? Because that's when emotions kick in, right? She says, the obsession with former hashtag President Obama simply because of him being a black man, hashtag black, hashtag man, hashtag superior. You know, I was waiting, actually. It surprised me that it took this long to be called a racist, right? It surprised me. This is a long thread, and it took some brutal facts, because those videos can't lie. So they have to know that their Barack Hussein Obama was not perfect. Actually, he was very flawed. Not only very flawed, he let down our country. If you think Trump is letting down his country now by putting sanctions on Russia, by kicking people out of the country for Russia, closing down stuff for Russia, look, Trump is actually going after the Russian business, which is basically gas. If Russia's not able to sell as much gas as they normally do, their economy is crippled, and Trump is going after that. Right? And then he goes to NATO and he tells everybody, come on, people. Start investing in your security. Start investing in your security. The reason we have NATO is to protect against Russia. And you guys have weakened yourself to the point where we're the only ones able to defend you. Right? That helps Russia? No. But you people aren't intelligent enough to understand this stuff. So, and, you know, I didn't mean to say you guys aren't intelligent enough. You guys are intelligent enough in your own bubble. When you find people who agree with you all the time, you seem intelligent. So, my bad, I take that back. So this goes out to my new friends, Tiffany Jackson and Shar Badger.
Nothing more than feelings, trying to forget my feelings of love. Teardrops rolling down on my face, trying to forget my feelings of love. Feeling for my life, I'll feel it. I wish I'd never met you, girl. You'll never come again. Feeling, whoa, feeling, whoa, feel you again in my arms. Feelings like I never lost you, and feelings like I'll never have you again in my heart. Feeling for my life, I'll feel it. I wish I never met you, girl. You'll never come again. Feelings, whoa,
You're listening to Breaking News with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio. Let's see. Let me read some of my comments, because Joyce Farrell Catalano, thank you for tuning in. Germain Ruiz de Luco, you're next. AJ and PWJ no longer players. And then he corrects PJW. I don't know what that stuff means, but if I'm next, I'm the next batter up. All right. Just groove one down the middle so I can knock it out. But explain that. Explain that, hey, what's up, Chris Stross? I think I know you. All right, so let's move on. But German Ruiz DeLuke. If I'm next, tell me what I'm next for. Let's get into another story. Kamala Harris, right? Kamala Harris slams identity politics critics. These issues will define our identity as Americans. There's a clip here that I haven't heard. I'm going to play it. Let's see if it gets to the point. If not, I'll cut it off.
Now, another hallmark of the left has been the use of identity politics, and potentially for Democrats. A senator from California, she took that.
Problem, guys, with that phrase, identity politics. That phrase is used to divide, and it is used to distract. It is used to try and shut us up. These issues that they're trying to diminish and demean are the very issues that will define our identity as Americans.
So those issues are...
Okay. So I guess what, she's... I mean, I could read the article here. But what she's talking about is... Let me just read. Democratic California Senator Kamala Harris blasted critics of identity politics, saying that those who use the phrase are attempting to marginalize issues that impact all of us. Speaking Friday at the National Net Roots event in New Orleans, Harris implored her supporters to instead fully address the issues of race and gender. Let's be clear, Harris told the crowd. When people say identity politics, it's a pejorative. Right? So, interesting, right? The reason identity, I'm going to say I use it as a pejorative too. She's right. She's actually right. I'm going to give it a negative connotation all the time, right? Because identity politics is what the left does, right? So they split you up into groups, basically. Hispanics, blacks, whites, women, gays, this and blah and la, right? And what happens is, now you have tribalism, right? You have all these little tribes, right? And they're all fighting for the same thing, right? And you have all these little communities, and you have it here in New Haven, where everybody, oh, black and brown, we're together, we got to fight for immigration and all of this. And then when it comes to funding, each side goes to its corner. And it's the Hispanics fighting for the Hispanics, the blacks fighting for the blacks, and so on. Right? That is what you guys do. And then you're able to actually say the Republicans are attacking Hispanics because they don't want this. They're attacking blacks because they don't want this. So you break everybody up. So you make the pie look greater than its sum because there's a whole bunch of pieces. Right? But the fact is, we're fighting, me personally, conservatives, we're fighting for America as a whole. I prefer the whole pie than all those little slices where you have to defend everything. And you have to worry whether you're being fair to this person or fair to that person. You want funding for that person, but not that person. No. Take the pie and divvy it up equally. But that's something you guys don't want to do. This way, when one person or one of your groups doesn't get as much as the other group, it's not you guys that is at fault, right? It's the conservatives. It's the Republicans who don't want to give more to that group. Anyway, so that's Kamala Harris. But the Democrats these days, and look, I see it all the time. The tribalism. the identity politics. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, and it's your way of keeping everybody down, keeping each group focused just on themselves and not on the country. We have to fight for something greater than us. This country is the best thing on this planet. That's why everybody wants to come here. I asked the immigrants, the illegal immigrants that come here all the time. People are going to be upset that I just said that. The immigrants that do their shows here, right? And I asked them, because they have this anger. And I remember I went over there with a flag, and one of them wanted to burn my flag. And that person actually came through the border unaccompanied, a DACA person, unaccompanied, and went through hell to come to this glorious country. And they're so angry because they think they deserve something, as if they earned something. That I'm supposed to care about them having to go through the desert and all of this. Like, I'm supposed to give them something for crossing the border illegally. No, that's not the way it works. Why don't you get in line like everybody else who comes in here legally? But that person has this anger. This anger to strike out against Americans, against my flag, wanting my hat. I'll burn that hat. That's fine. You could feel that way. But I think we should have the right to grab people like this who are so angry against this nation after coming here on a long trek that who knows what they've been through. And then to come here and be angry with us Americans for wanting to defend or protect our borders. That's the problem. People think, I don't even know how a sense of entitlement, has grown in her. It has to be being here in New Haven. People told her, you deserve better. You deserve better. We owe you something. It has to be. Because how can you come from nothing into this glorious nation and then have some hate for it? Anyway, but that's the kind of stuff that Kamala Harris loves. She loves to see all these little groups hating on one another, hating on Americans because they deserve something. How about Americans? Do we deserve anything? Do we deserve peace? Do we deserve to walk these streets and not have to worry about somebody attacking us because we're wearing a hat? Or because we feel that our borders should be protected? Do we deserve not to have gangs in the streets that belong in another country? How about us, Kamala? I can't wait. I want her. Look, after all that I said about Kamala Harris, she's a beautiful lady, right? And actually probably the most qualified of the Democrat group that I've seen. Bernie Sanders is a joke. Joe Biden should go find a corner to sleep in. Who else? Hillary Clinton? You guys want Hillary to lose again? I mean, she didn't break the glass ceiling, but she could go down as the first woman to lose 3 times. Barack, Trump, and now probably Trump again. So Kamala's probably your best bet. Cory Booker is a joke. Anyway, let me get to some music and I'll be right back. You're listening to... Oh, my music isn't up. You're listening to breaking news, absolutely breaking. The News with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.
Cheers, toast the crime, the crime. Got another one.
What is all the fuss and for? It's me they discussing more. Always been a team player. This season I'm shooting more.
Thoughts that I brainstorm, strapped with the 8 long, bullets about the size of an acorn, headshots leaving your face gone, bought your mixtape just to break up an 8th on, I skate on, rugged terrain or custom apparel, front and I air you and give it to whoever is near you. This is bear food, I'm Yogi out in Yellowstone, elbow your dome, then I light an L to blow. I bang hella chrome, I spend years in the weapon cage, so anything you shooting is featherweight. I demonstrate, your arm ain't safe, watch me penetrate, levitate the soul from your body, send it to heaven's gate. Who goes there? You looking eye to eye with the guard. Your timing is off, I took time designing this cloth. I am the boss, and most of y'all rhyming is frauds. Your lying dog couldn't see me with a line involved. I iron your jaw. You can't stop me. I dead cats and throw them over shoulder. King Jaffe, you not me. Just another mumble mouth wannabe. I smoke the bonsai tree just to calm my chi. Off niggas ain't harming me. Y'all niggas been dead, looking like zombs to me. Time for war, I came with bombs with me. Sim-tech, that's some bomb sticky. I get them more quickly. Tell me what is all the fussing for? I'm the one they came to see. It's me they discussing more.
All right, you're listening to Breaking News. All right, let's get to my time is running out. Let's see if I can hit these real quick. Okay. This isn't a political thing. This is just a common sense thing, right? You see how the school system, the public school system, has taken out prayer, taken out the Pledge of Allegiance, taken out anything that you could be proud of or look up to, right? Well, you just can't make stuff up, right? So public schools bring in drag queens to teach kindergartners about gender ideology. Today, your tax dollars at work, public school liberals are bringing in drag queens to read to children in order to teach them something. Most conservatives probably don't have the drag queen story hour on their radar, but it's a program in which said drag queen in full regalia, in full dress, reads to your kids. According to the Drag Queen Story Hour, the program captures the imagination and play of the gender fluidity of childhood and gives children glamorous, positive, and unabashedly queer role models. Well, look, whatever people, I don't know what to say about that, right? Because this is the problem. You tell Christians that their kids can't pray in school. You take away people standing up and pledging allegiance to the flag. And then you put stuff that most parents don't agree with. And it has nothing to do with education. This is a culture war where people feel certain ways and other people feel other ways. That type of stuff should be taught in the home, not in school. I don't want my tax dollars to go to a drag queen teaching my granddaughter. I just don't. I want my granddaughter to learn the bare essentials of schooling. I don't want your culture war to be leaked into the classroom of my grandchildren. And I'm sure now I'm homophobic or whatever, and I don't care about none of that stuff. People could go and marry a tree and have some leaves. I could care less who you're with. It's not my business who's in your bedroom, but it's also not my granddaughter's business who's in your bedroom or how you're feeling that day. If you feel like Mrs. Thomas or Mr. Thomas, that has nothing to do with my grandchild. So keep it out of the classroom. Any hoots. So that's one. Let's see. Do I got time? All right. Let's get to another one. This is an AP story, Associated Press. Job boom favors Democratic counties, not Trump strongholds. That ought to be better for Trump. So a lot of the jobs being created are actually being created in Democratic counties. That should tell you, Democrats, the reason there's more opportunity for you is because of Trump. These are opportunities that you didn't have under Obama. So now, if you're not happy in your job, there's more jobs than people looking for jobs. So that gives you the option to go and find another jobs. Employers have actually announced that they are foregoing on background checks in a lot of the cases, on an education requirement. If you're willing to be trained, a lot of these employers are willing to train you. All they want is a hard day's work. Thank you, Trump. So all these Democrat counties that are getting all these jobs should look to Trump and thank him. All right, let's move on to the next one. This is one of my favorite ones because I defend people's freedom of speech. People have called me a racist because these white supremacists in Oregon, in Portland, Oregon, what is it? Yep. So this weekend they had their prayer rally, and again Antifa showed up for a fight, and the cops sorry, that's actually my cue that I need to get off air, but the cops actually put down the Antifa protesters because the white supremacists who were having the rally, well, I don't know if they're white supremacists. I'm reading this off of Huffington Post, so I have to actually go and check. So, but anyway, so Antifa went to destroy and become violent against those people who had a permit for their rally. And I don't care if they're white supremacists. If they had a permit for their rally, they can scream whatever they want in the air. You know why? Because they have freedom of speech. They're also Americans. They may be ignorant Americans, but nobody deserves to get beaten down for what they believe, no matter how ignorant it is. All right. You're listening to Breaking News, or you've been listening to Breaking News with Harry, a.k.a. The Break.
Be resolute of heart. Make firm.
I don't know if you got that, but you've been listening to me on WNHHLP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.
Is the rudder of the boat, but the Lord of all is its pilot. Cast not thy heart after riches. There's no ignoring fate and destiny. Place not thy thoughts on things outside. Every man is destined for his hour.
On feeling goods where all of your cash went. Not chakra alignment or inward refinement. Trying to find one word to describe men. Better yet, can one consciousness unify them? Pondering on these questions is where my time spent. Creative process, believe me, greatness got to achieve it. Ideas we believe in, positive mind gotta reach it. Putting effort to bring forth this new being. You're not consumed by the lust for things, but knows that
his worth is determined by words and deeds. Your mind is affected by words and deeds. Your thoughts are keys to what you're trying to see, and what you're trying to see should be to reach your goals. Hold on to your dreams, keys open doors. Since you can't always choose circumstances, it's you that choose your thoughts wisely. Choose advancement, move towards the future. Now's your chance, kid. Accept responsibility, avoid resentment. Actions always take root from what you think about. Things ain't going your way, ain't it hard to figure out? Why? Why? Ask why. Ain't gotta tell you, it's right in front of your eyes. So in following these principles, you'll find along the road you're the only one responsible for your soul. It's no coincidence. Take control of your life, no coincidence. It's no coincidence. You take control, no coincidence. It's no coincidence. Yeah, it's no coincidence. It's no coincidence. Nah, it's no coincidence.
Old shells are highly prized. And this one is occupied by a sarcastic fringe.